Let's talk about Chinese gyaru. What makes them so special and why are they so controversial within the Western gyaru community? Chinese gyaru are easily recognizable by their unique makeup and styling. They've been able to transform gyaru into something new, and I would say that they even inadvertently created their own substyle. Chinese gyaru makeup is much more Doyen inspired than Western iterations of gyaru makeup. They tend to draw on the bottom lashes instead of gluing them on, which we don't really do much in the Western community unless it's styles like Yamamba, just because the drawn on lashes tend to read more as general dolly makeup than actual gyaru makeup. Chinese gyaru have managed to make it work though, and that's part of why their makeup is so cute and distinctive. Chinese gyaru also seem to be mixed in with yabi. If you don't know, yabi is a Chinese youth subculture that's about mixing and matching different styles such as Y2K, punk, emo, even ABG or e-girl. A lot of people compare yabi to scene kids, but I would say that it's closer to our general term for alt. They're also not afraid to mix gyaru with existing styles in China like dopamine girl, which is all about dressing in bright colors to make you happy. I've even seen some people mix gyaru with the Maillard fashion trend, which is a fashion trend that's all about taking inspiration from the browning and cooking process of meat. Chinese gals play around with the different mixing and matching of patterns and colors, and sometimes their over-accessorizing even reminds me of decora. Within Western gyaru spaces, a lot of people are sticklers about which styles and eras of gyaru you can mix and match. I find that Western communities are so obsessed with categorization and nitpicking to the point where creativity is often stunted. This is one of the reasons why I love Chinese gyaru so much. They still read as gal, but they're not afraid to think outside of the box or mix and match styles to make gyaru truly their own. Whether you like it or not, Chinese gyaru have developed a signature look to the point where you know one when you see one. This is because their community encourages deviating away from the original to create a new, refreshing take on the style. There's no specific look associated with Western gyaru, and I think that's because we've kind of stunted our creativity with all of the rules and regulations that we've put in place. I think a lot of Western gyaru are too worried about being 100% magazine accurate. A lot of people in the Western gyaru community are just copying the exact same material from 10 plus years ago instead of thinking about the future. Worst part is, most of the time, if you don't follow these strict rules, people will bully you until you either conform or leave gyaru altogether. I think the existence of Chinese gyaru bothers a lot of gyaru fundamentalists because of the fact that they can't control their interpretation of the style. I also can't help but feel that there's a level of xenophobia going on when people talk down on Chinese gyaru. I think that if Japanese gals evolved gyaru in the exact same way, people would accept it and attempt it. Though I do have to say, as I've made more content about Chinese alternative fashion, a lot of people have shown interest in it. I could even see a C fashion community forming and maybe even merging with the larger J fashion community, since a lot of C fashion is inspired by J fashion. But what do you guys think of the Chinese gyaru renaissance? Do you take inspiration from them? I definitely do.